And last time the code number you shared, it showed that my Google account is not authorized for that classroom.
No, no, it is not like that. Many of you are now able to access that. Am I right?
No, no,
Ma'am, please share the again,
that
ma'am.
Google
Please share
Suite,
again, ma'am.
you told na
No,
you have
ma'am.
a Google Suite
No,
account.
you see, do not use that account number, okay, which is in your group. Okay, delete that, or I will delete that. A new Google Classroom was created. Okay, so you need to join that.
Ma'am, that new classroom link I have not got. That's why I told you.
So I'm just telling that in the previous class of your HSM 191, yes, note down small a.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm writing it in chat box also. So whoever missed and the students who have joined for the first time the class, okay, will also join that Google Classroom. So I'm sharing that uh, code number in the chat box also, and I'm speaking also. So whatever uh, level of convenience is there of yours, you can go for that. It is small a u c s h 74. Small a u c s h 74. Okay, this is the new classroom created for the subject HSM 101. Okay, so all of you need to join this.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, I am sorry, I have posted in the chat box also, so you can see from there. So students who have joined recently need to join that also. Clear? Okay, fine. I think good number of students have joined. So we can start our discussion of today's class. Yes, Aditya Rao. Aditya Rao, can you just point out that what discussion we were doing in the previous class? Quickly, do not sit silent. Okay.
Not remember, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, Aditya Rao, what happened?
Ma'am, can't remember.
Why? Why you can't remember? This is wrong. Why you can't remember? Hmm? Yes, why you people can't remember? Then this Nayab Ansari. Okay, Nayab, what we were discussing in the previous class.
Ma'am,
Yes,
good afternoon, ma'am.
good afternoon.
I'm Divya.
Yes, yes, Divya,
Uh,
speak.
we were we were discussing about the different pattern of introduction, as we were discussed that how we should start it, the sequence of introduction, that at first we need to start with our name, and then not to means not too much state about the family background, and different kinds of sequence were there.
Sequence of informations. Okay,
Yes,
how
ma'am.
a particular type of information regarding a person has to be explained by himself or herself in a state of interview. Okay, that we were discussing, and I think we were taking one example, one live example.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
yes. So I think we did not completed that, or we completed.
Ma'am, we
Yes, ma'am. We
completed that one.
completed that.
We completed that. Okay, okay.
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
just make you recall with that. Just let me 1 minute. Yes, students, are you able to see the screen?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Let me come to this particular example which we were discussing in the previous class. Okay, it was about one of the female candidate, and she was uh, facing some interview, and at that time she was giving her introduction. Okay, so in that sequence we checked that how she proceeded. Okay, then we also cross checked whether the informations were correctly placed or not. Okay, in front of an interview panel. Okay, so in that sequence we suggested, or we discussed some of the corrections required in her expression. Clear? So in that sequence, the very starting point of hers, okay, as she started in a very casual manner, okay, with a very casual greeting, hello everyone, okay. So we suggested, okay, or we came to this particular conclusion that she could have started with a formal greeting as per the day of the time. Okay, and and it should be objective also. This also we came to the conclusion that the greeting at the time of interview should be very formal, it should be very objective. Okay, so according to that, instead of uh, adding something personalized addresses like sir or madam, the person can simply say or simply greet good afternoon or good morning as per the time of the day. Okay, that is the right formal way of starting the self introduction uh, step at the time of interview. Okay, then also we checked that myself is not appropriate. Okay, so these particular points we were discussing, and during this particular discussion of this example of self introduction, we came to a point that the sequence in which Tamsi, sorry, what was the name of the girl? Mansi, yes, Mansi Tamrakar, okay, as she moved on for her introduction, okay, the sequence of the information was quite correct. Okay, there was no, or there was not much problem in that. Okay, it was not that much incorrect. Okay, it was, we can say, acceptable. But yes, uh, there was so much of repetition, there was so much of extra information. Okay, and it was reflecting a very casual approach by the speaker. Okay, so in that sequence we thought of some corrections are to be done in that self introduction, and if those corrections are included, okay, then it could be more effective. So just I am reading out the correct content, okay, the correct suggested content which came out of our discussion. Okay, so you can just check, those who have recently joined or those who are unable to recall what we discussed in the previous session. Suppose it is the time of good afternoon when the interview is going on, okay, or evening. Clear? So it could be good afternoon or good evening. I am Mansi Tamrakar. I basic I am basically from town Piparia of Hoshangabad, Madhya Pradesh. Okay, this is the corrected sentence from our side for this. It is more effective, it is more formal. Now, I have done graduation in computer application, and it is unnecessary to explain about the name of the college from where she has done her graduation. Okay, so we have skipped that information. Then, recently or currently, I am doing my post graduation in business administration. This is the corrected sentence we have suggested in this. Then, I belong to a nu- I belong to a nuclear and humble family, and it is unnecessary to tell about the occupation of the parents. Until unless it is asked by the panelist, one must not reveal the occupational information of the parents, okay? Because this is a context of self introduction, so the parents information is not that much required for this type of oral communication, okay? So it is quite satisfactory to say that I belong to a humble and nuclear family, okay? That is sufficient. And again, it is quite incorrect to say that if she is talking about family, that my parents are in my family, I have my parents, okay? If a person is using the term family, it means parents and children, okay? It is automatically conveyed by the word family, okay? So it is quite incorrect to say separately that parents and children are staying together, okay? So that was the reason. Now the next information she will wanted to tell about her hobbies, okay? So what she could have said in a very formal way, that in my spare time, okay, or in my leisure time, I do sketching, paper crafting, mehndi designing, and singing, okay? And it is quite unnecessary to mention whether she is good at singing or not, okay? Because if she is talking about her hobbies, if one is talking about the hobbies or the interest areas, okay, it is not expected that one will be perfect, or it is not expected that what status that particular person has in terms of performance, okay? Because that is something related to leisure time spending, so that does not have any link with the professional task, okay? So if it does not have any link with the professional task, then it is not at all required, okay? Simply just informing about the interest of the spare time or the leisure time, that is okay, that is sufficient, okay? So she could have said that in my leisure time or in my free time, okay, I do sketching, paper crafting, mehndi designing, or and singing. Clear? That was the right way to speak about her interest or hobbies. Now we discussed that one must not express in this way that I have short-term goals and long-term goals at the time of interview. Okay, instead, one can say that my immediate purpose is, okay, or my immediate uh, aspiration is to get a good job and explore my knowledge and skills in that area, okay? Further, I want to progress up to the highest post in the organization, okay? This is how one can say about the future plannings, or we can say the future goal of that particular person, okay? It is really we can say very casual approach of the person to say in this manner that my short term goal is this and my long term goal is this, okay? See, at the time of interview, in terms of this particular information of future planning, okay, or future aspiration of a person, see, I am talking about interview particularly, so do not get confused about the informations, okay? So at the time of interview, the person should not make certain type of differentiation that I have short term goals and long term goals. No, I have only future goals, okay? Or I have any sorry, I have only goals, ठीक है? ये only word मैं सिर्फ आपको explain करने के लिए use कर रही हूँ, otherwise it is not required in the sentence, okay? I have my goals to achieve a job as, see, you can see here in the example, I'll take that and then explain. She's saying that my short term goal is to get a job in a company where I can learn new things and explore my knowledge. Because I'm a fresher, so I don't have any work experience. Clear? Then she is saying that my long-term goal is to achieve a higher post in an organization. Clear? So this is, we can say, this is not the right way to say about this particular type of information. Okay. See, if we can come out with some meaning from these sentences, that she immediately she wants to get a job, okay, in a company, and then further she wants to reach to the highest post in the company. Okay, these two things she has very clear in her mind. ठीक है, तो इसमें जो है, what she has to express, that she has some thinking in mind, that she has some immediate goal, and afterwards she has to reach to a particular position. Okay, this is her goal, or this is her aspiration. Clear? So what she can say is effectively that my immediate aim is, instead of the word goal, okay, what she can say is, because aim is, the word aim is quite broad word. Okay, it has a broad context. Clear? So in that situation, it is more appropriate to use word aim. My immediate aim is to get a job in company. अब ये a जो article उसने use किया है, ये भी incorrect है यहाँ पे, as she is already appearing in some company for the interview, for the job purpose. ठीक है, तो वहां पे फिर इसको जो है वो थोड़ा सा confusing करना, ठीक है, या इसको generalize करना, it is not right. ठीक है, ये प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड को रिफ्लेक्ट करता है. ठीक है, तो सपोज some of the person from the panel itself can just comment in between that in a company you are already appearing for the interview, you are here for some job only, so not in this company. ठीक है, तो इस तरीके के क्रॉस क्वेश्चन, अनवांटेड क्रॉस क्वेश्चंस की सिचुएशन जो है वो डेवलप नहीं करनी है कैंडिडेट को खुद को. ठीक है, अपने सेंटेंसेस के थ्रू, अपनी इंफॉर्मेशंस के थ्रू. सो व्हाट शी कैन से इज, तो उसमें उसका प्रेजेंट स्टेटस भी इंक्लूड हो जाएगा, एज शी इज ऑलरेडी अपियरिंग इन इंटरव्यू फॉर द जॉब. ओके, सो व्हाट शी कैन से इज दैट माय इमीडिएट एम इज टू गेट अ जॉब. ओके, कंपनी वर्ड को ही हटा दे तो भी ठीक है, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता इससे. ठीक है, इट इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. To get a job where I can explore my knowledge and skills. ये इस तरीके से इसको प्रेजेंट करना है. I can learn new things. ठीक है, ये रिफ्लेक्ट करता है कि आपको कुछ कि जो है कैंडिडेट जो है वो जीरो है स्किल लेवल पे. इस सेंटेंस से इमिडिएटली यही रिफ्लेक्ट होता है प्रोफेशनल प्लेस पे. ठीक है, तो the person has to present in a way, himself or herself, that yes, she knows some basics, okay, that she want to explore, that she want to exercise, and further she will add on some more things into that by working on it at a professional place. Okay, so that is her situation. Okay, that is her task, so she has to present in that way itself. जो particular task है आपका, या जो particular आपके planning है, accordingly हमें language भी frame करनी पड़ेगी. Okay, means person को accordingly अपना language, अपने sentences frame करने पड़ेंगे, अपनी information को present करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, तो what she can say is, my immediate aim is to get a job where I can explore my knowledge and skills. ठीक है, ये बिल्कुल करेक्टली एक्सप्रेस्ड इंफॉर्मेशन है. ठीक है, एक्सप्लोर माय नॉलेज एंड स्किल्स का मतलब क्या है, मुझे बहुत कुछ बेसिक्स आता है, और जो जहां पे थोड़ी बहुत मेरी लिमिटिंग एस्पेक्ट है, ठीक है, उसको मैं वर्कआउट करके गेन कर लूंगी. ठीक है, उसको मैं रिमूव कर लूंगी, या मैं आई विल लर्न न्यू थिंग्स. ठीक है, तो डायरेक्टली इस तरीके से जो है वो नहीं बोलना चाहिए कि I can learn new things. Okay, इस तरीके से it is not appropriate to say in this way. So it has to be explained indirectly. Clear? And ये भी हमने check किया था, because I am a fresher, so I don't have any work experience. Already she is using a word fresher. So I don't have any work experience, ये extra बोलने की जरूरत ही नहीं थी. ठीक है? और ये भी, it is also not required to say that I am a fresher. Already that particular information has been presented in the resume or the biodata or the CV, which has been submitted by the candidate. Clear? So it is again incorrect to say, okay, this information by the candidate or the applicant himself, herself. Okay, why? Because see, the employer, okay, employer definitely will employ a person who knows something, okay, who is not at zero level. Okay, so this particular type of expression again reflects that zero level. So that should not be reflected by the candidate, because as the person has already done some academics, okay, already has done some professional qualifications, so person is not at all at a zero level. Okay, person has some knowledge, has some skills. Okay, so the person can at least at initial state perform some task related to the job. Clear? So that should not be said in, that should not be expressed in that way, that the person is at a zero level of performance. No, not at all. Okay, the person has some caliber, the person has some competency to perform something, okay, up to some extent. If it is asked by the panelist that have you worked before, then the person can say that I have applied for the first time. ये word fresher जो है, ठीक है, ये बहुत casual word है, ये use नहीं करना है. ठीक है, I have applied मतलब maximum the person has to try for the formal performance, okay, for the formal expression, instead of using the casual expressions. Clear? So if it is not required, the person can totally exclude this information, because I'm a fresher, so I don't have any work experience. It is totally unwanted information. It is not required. Okay, then she can join this particular information of long-term goal with the previous information itself of job. She can say that my immediate aim is to get a job where I can explore my knowledge and skills. Further, I want to progress up to the highest post in an organization or in the organization. Okay, I'm repeating. Further, I want to progress up to. Further, I want to progress up to a higher post in an organization or in the organization. ठीक है, an organization तो generalization हो गया. The organization, suppose she is referring to the very organization in which she is appearing for the interview. Okay, so that is how the information has to be presented formally. Now, this particular information also you can check here. It is I as a teacher of language, okay, I do not find the information should be placed in this way. Okay, I do not find it correct. Clear? As she is saying, my strengths are I'm a team player. Okay, flexible, punctual, and dedicated to my work. Nothing is coming out with this sentence. आप words को independently मत check करो यहाँ पे. Collectively sentence को if आप analyze करते हो, okay, then we are not getting anything what she want to say. Okay, so instead she can say, if we are checking these words independently, team player, flexible, punctual, dedication, okay, then we can, yes, come out with some of the information that she is talking about the group performance. Okay, she is talking about the team spirit. Okay, she is talking about the flexible approach in some of the situations. Okay, and also she is talking about the punctuality, which is always demanded by any job. Okay, or by any organization, and dedication, that is again a very demanding aspect of the job as well as the employers from their employees. Clear? So the very information can be expressed in this way. Okay, that i i work I work with team spirit, flexible approach, punctuality, and dedication. Okay, so if she's saying in that way, it is reflecting her strengths. Okay, it is reflecting the positive attributes of her professional personality. Okay, see here, at a professional place, at a workplace, everything has to be connected with the workplace. Okay, everything has to be connected with the professional place. Okay, so if she's saying in this way that I work with, okay, or I can work with team spirit, flexibility, punctuality, and dedication, then it is quite correct. Okay, and it is reflecting her strengths. Okay, it is reflecting her positive attributes as a professional. Okay, so that is quite correct. One thing I'll mention here, that many people at the time of interview itself, okay, when they are speaking about this particular information of their strength, okay, they also add here their weakness. Okay, they use a word weakness. So this particular word weakness is totally incorrect to be used in this particular situation. Okay, one should not use this word, one should not use this term weakness. Okay, the reason behind that, weakness is a word which is directly related to physical strength of a person. Okay, and here there is nothing related to physical strength. Okay, physical health, or we can say the healthy state of a person, the weakness word is related to that particular situation. Okay, वो उसका we can say exact context है use करने का word का. ठीक है, अब many of the people, they use weakness in terms of reflecting certain traits like anger, okay, short temperness, okay, hurriness, okay, and many other things. So see, this point we have to understand here, that anger is always not negative. Short temper is always not negative. Sometimes it is positively, indirectly contributing to the growth of the organization. Okay, if somebody gets angry with the wrong things, okay, so all time it is not negative. Okay, why? Because what will happen, if people are aware of this particular fact of some authority, they will lessen their errors. Okay, they will try to lessen their errors, they will try to improve their performance. Okay, so anger is playing the role of पॉजिटिविटी इनडायरेक्टली. ठीक है, यानी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में पता है कि हम ये गलती करेंगे और ये पिटी गलती भी किस पर्टिकुलर अथॉरिटी के सामने आ जाती है, तो वो नाराज होंगे. ठीक है, वो गुस्सा होंगे. तो इफ ये नॉलेज हमें है तो ऑटोमेटिकली हम उसमें एरर नहीं करने की कोशिश करेंगे, और इस कोशिश में हो सकता है एरर ना भी हो, हम बहुत इंप्रूवमेंट कर जाएं, या पर्सन्स जो है बहुत इंप्रूवमेंट कर जाएं सराउंडिंग में. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे एंगर जो है वो वीकनेस नहीं है, वो स्ट्रेंथ है. किसकी? अथॉरिटी की. इनडायरेक्ट स्ट्रेंथ का रोल प्ले कर रही है वो. ठीक है, ऑटोमेटिकली पीपल रेगुलेट देयर अफेयर बिकॉज ऑफ दैट नॉलेज अबाउट दैट पर्सन. ठीक है, सो यहाँ पे एंगर जो है वो स्ट्रेंथ है, वीकनेस नहीं है. तो हम कैसे डिफाइन करेंगे कि ये किसी का वीकनेस है और ये किसी का स्ट्रेंथ है? ठीक है, तो इंस्टेड the very right thing is, first we need to replace the term weakness with the word limitations. ठीक है, it is right to say that I have certain limitations. Okay, so anger जो है वो limitation हो सकता है. ठीक है, अब कोई शॉर्ट टेम्पर है, सपोज शॉर्ट टेम्पर है मतलब बिना सोचे समझे भी जल्दी जल्दी गुस्सा आ जाता है. ठीक है, या बिना चीजों को डिटेल एनालाइज किए भी गुस्सा आ जाता है किसी को. ठीक है, तो वो लिमिटिंग फैक्टर है उस पर्सन के लिए. ठीक है, उस पर्सन के लिए वो कभी कभी लिमिटिंग फैक्टर हो सकता है. ठीक है, उसकी वजह से some wrong decisions can happen. Okay, so these type of things are the limitations of the person. Okay, and these can be removed, these can be improved by regular practicing, by regular training, by regular we can say identification. Okay, जैसे for example मैं आपको यहाँ पे relate करूंगी. जैसे ये फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट जो होते हैं, ठीक है, या योगा इंस्ट्रक्टर्स जो होते हैं, वो कुछ कुछ इंस्ट्रक्शंस देते रहते हैं. ठीक है, हेल्दी रहने के लिए. तो एक बहुत सा सिंपल सा इंस्ट्रक्शन इन लोगों की तरफ से कई बार सुनने में आता है कि whenever you feel that you are going to be angry, okay, or it will be, the anger of yours is going to convert into a severe form. Okay, just do one thing, take a long breath, okay, and start counting from 1 to 10. Automatically you will be diverted from your anger. ठीक है, तो ये देखिए, आप एंगर को कंट्रोल करने का एक वे बता दिया ना. ठीक है, और धीरे धीरे इफ द पर्सन प्रैक्टिस, okay, if the person takes training of that, of avoiding certain situations, of getting angry soon, okay, then lot of improvement can be there. Okay, and all the, we can say, the wrong things can be avoided. Clear? So one can say here, if, see, पहला point तो मेरा ये है, पहला suggestion तो मेरा ये है कि हमेशा at the time of interview one has to be precise and one has to express the positive informations, the progressive information about himself or herself. Okay, तो weakness की तो बात करनी ही नहीं चाहिए. Then also, okay, suppose the panel is asking, okay, that as you have mentioned your strengths, definitely you might be having some, आपको डाइवर्ट करने के लिए वो वर्ड यूज कर लेंगे, शायद वो वर्ड यूज कर लेंगे कि कोई वीकनेसेस भी है क्या. ठीक है, one should smartly respond that sir or ma'am, whoever, see, यहाँ पे आप थोड़ा सा सब्जेक्टिव हो सकते हो. ठीक है, आंसर करने के टाइम कि पैनल में जिसने भी क्वेश्चन पुटअप किया है उसके जेंडर के अकॉर्डिंग आप उनको एड्रेस कर सकते हो. ठीक है, कि ये आपके क्वेश्चन का आंसर है. क्लियर? कि पार्डन, द पर्सन कैन स्मार्टली से पार्डन मैम or sir, okay, I don't have weaknesses as a professional, but yes, I may have, okay, I may have some limitations of mine as I get angry, okay, as I sometimes follow the hurriness in the work. Okay, so these are my limitations. This is the task for you people, students. Today you will check the meaning of the word limitation in dictionary. जितने भी possible उसके meaning है, जितने भी possible उसके context है word के, वो आप सब check करेंगे. ठीक है, and मैं आपसे ये पूछूंगी next class में, आपने check किया कि नहीं किया. और जो नहीं आंसर करेगा, I'll call you by name, and if you are not answering, okay, आपको अच्छा खासा असाइनमेंट मिलेगा. और अभी आपके लिए मोटा असाइनमेंट जो है वो थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट होगा, बिकॉज योर मिड टर्म एग्जाम्स आर अप्रोचिंग, so you have to prepare for that also, but you have to complete that assignment. If you are not answering, you have to do that assignment. समझ में आई बात स्टूडेंट्स?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
हाँ,
Yes.
है ना? हाँ, तो क्या टास्क है? लिमिटेशन वर्ड के जितने भी पॉसिबल मीनिंग है डिक्शनरी में आप चेक करेंगे. एंड डोंट गिव मी द एक्सक्यूज दैट मैम मेरे पास डिक्शनरी नहीं थी. ठीक है, गूगल सबके पास है, और गूगल में सारी डिक्शनरी, बहुत सारी डिक्शनरीज के बहुत सारे जो एक्सप्लेनेशन है वर्ड्स के, वो सब दिए हुए हैं. ठीक है, तो आप वहां से चेक करेंगे. जिसके पास नहीं है बुक फॉर्म में, प्रिंट फॉर्म में, वो यहाँ से चेक करेंगे. ठीक है, एंड आई सजेस्ट दैट ऑल ऑफ यू शुड हैव अ प्रिंट डिक्शनरी विद यू पीपल. A very good print dictionary you must have. ठीक है, if you want I can suggest you one. I can tell you the name. So this is the task for you people. So smartly the person can speak about the limitations also. ठीक है, now this was again very abrupt ending. Thank you, that's all about myself. ठीक है, इससे ऐसा कैसे, इस टाइप के एंडिंग से क्या लग रहा है? ये बहुत एब्रप्ट है, ये मतलब इट इज नॉट पोलाइट एंडिंग. ओके, द पर्सन कैन सिंपली से थैंक्स. ओके, it is unnecessary to speak, that's all about myself. Okay, the person is not talking to some of the friends, the person is talking to the interview panel. Okay, the person is talking to the employer for the first time. Okay, so as this is happening for the first time, so this type of expression is not at all right. Okay, thanks, that much is sufficient, or thank you. Clear? So ये हमने किया था. अभी जो भी सजेशंस हमने किए हैं, ठीक है, वो आप सब, ये वाला मैं आपके साथ शेयर करूंगी. ठीक है, गूगल क्लासरूम में शेयर कर दूंगी ये पूरा फाइल जो है. तो आप हर इंटरव्यू के जो करेक्शंस है वो करके अपने आंसर जो है वो क्लासरूम में रीसेंड करेंगे मुझे. ठीक है, अब ये क्विकली हम एक दूसरा ले लेते हैं एग्जांपल, whether we are able to understand the points or not related to self introduction in a formal situation. So just check here. Good morning sir, madam. Okay, it is good. ये थोड़ा सा करेक्टेड पैटर्न है ना स्टार्ट करने का. as per the time of the day the person has
Yes.
used that. Okay, but ये जो है ये पर्सनलाइज नहीं करना चाहिए था. ठीक है, गुड मॉर्निंग or good afternoon or good evening, that is sufficient. Okay, now see this first sentence, how the person has started. First of all, thanks for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. It is totally unwanted sentence at the time of self introduction. This should not be there. Okay, so we will cut this, we will cross this. Yes, she can start from here. As we can see, my name is Priyadarshini Krishnamurthy. Okay, I am from Thuraipakkam. Okay, now this is again not required information. I am 20 years old. In the formal introduction, it is not required. Okay, now I am coming to my qualification. This sentence also is not required. Okay, ye 10th 12th, my graduation, my post graduation. Okay, this particular detailed information in this manner is not at all required. Already the person has mentioned in the resume what she is saying. You yourself read and check whether the information is correct or not. And we have to check all these things because many of the people, they follow the same pattern. ठीक है, तो ये अब आप खुद अपने सामने देखिए, पढ़िए, आप खुद जज करिए कि ये appropriate लग रहा है या नहीं लग रहा. ठीक है, you yourself judge all these things. Now what she is saying, I am 20 years old. Now I am coming to my qualifications. I completed my 10th in so and so with 93%. I completed my 12th in so and so with 95%. I joined in Ethiraj College for my undergraduate. Okay, BCom Corporate Secretaryship. But unfortunately, I was not able to continue my studies, so I was discontinued my studies. Grammatically, कितने corrections हैं? ठीक है? So I was discontinued my studies in second year, which means fourth semester. ठीक है? ये explain करने की जरूरत नहीं है candidate को इस तरीके से. You yourself check whether things are correct or not. Okay, but at the same time, you can't deny this fact that people do this. Mostly people do this. ठीक है, इसी तरीके से प्रेजेंट करते हैं. तो ये कितना इफेक्टिव है, कितना इफेक्टिव नहीं है, that we have to evaluate. I have basic computer knowledge. Now I am coming to my job experience. I started doing the job in 2019. My first job is in BPO as a telecaller. I was experienced in banking for 4 months. Again, the grammatical errors are there. And 1 year experience in the Google mapping process. Okay, the information is quite irregular. ऐसा लग रहा है, ठीक है, पता नहीं मतलब क्या उसने पहले किया, क्या उसने बाद में किया, क्या किया actually. Okay, this is how the irregular information is there. So that has to be systemized. Now, my goal is to reach a higher position in a reputed company. Clear? My strength is अब ये higher position जो है इसको भी define करना पड़ेगा. The candidate has to define here. Okay, that what type of job profile she or he wants to excel in. That has to be defined clearly. Clear? Now, my strength is my self-motivation, punctuality, hardworking, and quick learner. Okay? Again, this has to be expressed in a different manner. Okay? Now, coming to my family. Ab ye, it is totally, we can say, totally out of the way. See, in general, it happens that these particular two things, the goals, the aims, and the, we can say, the strengths and the limitations, okay, these are, we can say, said by the applicant or the person, okay, in the last. Generally, in general, it is mentioned in the last. So as the end is coming of the self-introduction, then talking about the family, that is very, that is not right, we can say. Okay, this particular information, if it has to be shared, it has to be shared here itself, after the place of belonging. Fine. Then what she's saying, now coming to my family, this is totally, we can say, errorsome. I am the only daughter of my parents. My mother is a homemaker and my father is a mason. Okay, grammatical errors हैं, ठीक है, unnecessary informations हैं, clear? So इसको हमें reframe करना पड़ेगा information को. ये effective नहीं है, ठीक है? This particular type of expression is not appreciated. It is not entertained. That's all about me. Thank you. Okay, ये भी बहुत abrupt end है, ठीक है? तो end जो है वो बहुत polite होना चाहिए and ये impression देने वाला होना चाहिए कि the person is excited, the person is happy, okay, to say about himself or herself and to join that company, okay, to join that job. Clear? So can anybody quickly correct this? इसको फटाफट से कोई इसका करेक्शन करके एक्सप्लेन कर सकता है क्या ओरली? आप में से करना है आपको, अदरवाइज आई विल कॉल यू बाय नेम्स. Yes. Who somebody can initiate this? If complete भी नहीं करना चाह रहे हो आप, if single student does not want to make the corrections in the complete introduction, you can go for the parts. Okay, उसमें आप correction suggest कर सकते हो. Yes, you have
May
to
I,
do.
ma'am?
हाँ, yes, yes. You have to tell your
So, ma'am,
name first. First,
my
you
name
have to
is
tell your
Radha.
name. Yes.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes. Good afternoon, Radhakrishna. Yes. Tell.
Ma'am, in this whole introduction, so first we have to arrange the correct order of giving information. There,
Okay.
like that means first, as about the family member, it should not be in the last one. It should be in just after our self introduction, as the age, the number, and the college. It should not be
No,
given orally.
Radhakrishna, what you have to do
Yes, ma'am.
is कि जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन डिस्क्राइब की हुई है ना, उसको
Yes, ma'am.
आप उसको करेक्ट करके आप बताओ कि इसको ऐसे कह सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, एज शी इज सेइंग दैट, ये तो करेक्ट है बिल्कुल. देखो, स्टार्टिंग सेंटेंस बिल्कुल करेक्ट है. माय
Yes, ma'am.
नेम इज प्रियदर्शिनी कृष्णमूर्ति. आई एम फ्रॉम थुराई पक्कम. ओके.
Yes, ma'am.
अब आप इसको पिक करो. जैसे आई एम 20 years old. So you just pick this कि I am 20 years old. This particular information is not required. This could be excluded. इस तरीके से
Yes.
आप बोलो. ठीक है. फिर आप बोलो
Okay, ma'am.
कि now I am coming to my qualification. Okay. This is again not right way
Not
to say.
required.
Okay. हाँ, इस तरीके से नहीं बोलना है कैंडिडेट को. Okay. What the person can say is, तो आपको जहां से स्टार्ट करना है, जैसे आई
मैम
आई
10th और 12th.
हाँ, नहीं
Ma'am,
जरूरी है.
हाँ वो नहीं जरूरी.
हाँ,
mm,
ये बिल्कुल भी,
now
और
I'm
इस
coming
तरीके से
to
तो
my
बिल्कुल
point.
जरूरी नहीं है. सी, सपोज पर्सन को ये एक्सप्लेन करना है कि जो है थ्रू आउट जो है मेरे अच्छे परसेंटेज हैं. सपोज ये एक आइडिया है माइंड में, है ना. If this particular idea is there in the mind of the candidate, okay, that I am throughout a very good scorer. Okay, what the person can say is that I am throughout I have throughout performed very well in my academics. ठीक है. Percentages are not to be mentioned at the time of introduction. Okay, in the interview percentages की कोई requirement नहीं है वहां पे. ठीक है. इंस्टेड आप एक जनरल टर्म यूज कर सकते हैं कि आई एम थ्रू आउट वेरी गुड एट एकेडमिक्स. वो रिफ्लेक्ट करता है कि आपके अच्छे स्कोर्स हैं. ठीक है, आपके अच्छे परसेंटेजेस हैं. क्लियर. तो अच्छा, इस वाले राधा कृष्ण, आप इस इंफॉर्मेशन को थोड़ा सा करेक्ट करके प्रेजेंट करो जरा. आई ज्वाइंड इन इथिराज कॉलेज फॉर माई अंडर ग्रेजुएट BCom corporate secretaryship, but unfortunately I was not able to continue my studies, so I was discontinued my studies in second year, which means fourth semester. ठीक है. इसको आप इंफॉर्मेशन को जरा करेक्टली प्रेजेंट करो, इसमें करेक्शंस करो और इसको प्रेजेंट करो.
Ma'am, first of all, I think that it is not needed to give these informations to the panels. But if somebody is providing that, uh, he or she can give by saying that, sir, I have pursued my undergraduate from the Ithral college only.
परस्यूड वर्ड भी करेक्ट नहीं है राधा कृष्ण. जो है परस्यूड वर्ड भी करेक्ट नहीं है यहाँ पे. क्यों नहीं है? शी इज
Ma'am.
लेफ्ट. At present, she is not continuing. She has left.
Hello.
मैम
Yes.
इसको
Yes,
ऐसे बोल सकते थे कि I was pursuing bachelor's in
No,
commerce,
I was
but
pursuing नहीं. Pursuing word आप जो was आ गया, जो past हो गया ना, उसके लिए हम pursuing word use नहीं करेंगे. Pursuing word हम तब यूज करेंगे, हमने चाहे उसको पास्ट में स्टार्ट किया लेकिन हम उसको अभी भी कंटिन्यू कर रहे हैं, तब हम परस्यू वर्ड यूज करेंगे. ठीक है, परस्यू वर्ड का मीनिंग ये है कि इट वाज स्टार्टेड एंड इट इज कंटिन्यूड, बट शी इज नॉट कंटिन्यूइंग एज शी हैज सेड. ओके, हमें ये पता चल रहा है कि उसने स्टडीज छोड़ दी है, उसने सेकेंड ईयर में स्टडीज ड्रॉप कर दी थी. ठीक है, तो वो कर नहीं रही है, प्रेजेंट में वो कंटिन्यू नहीं कर रही है, तो इसको कैसे बोलोगे बताओ, इसका करेक्शन क्या है? यस.
ma'am, we can also say that I left the Thras college in between of my in the second year.
Or see, what she can say is, this is my, any other student wants to make correction in that? First, I want that you should participate in this. You should try for that. Because then only you will be gaining something. Yes, any other student?
unfortunately I was not able to continue bachelor's in commerce in my second year due to
Okay.
certain circumstances.
Yes, it is correct. It is correct. Okay. Or you, or see, again, remember my words that one who is appearing for the interview or one who is appearing for the formal, we can say formal performance at some place. Okay. Always one must try to avoid negative words. Okay. So instead of using the word unfortunately, clear, the person can say that I took admission, as she is saying. Okay. Priyadarshini is saying that I got my admission in my, I got admission in BCom course, but I left my studies in second years due to certain circumstances. अब ये certain circumstances जो है वो दोनों occasions के लिए हम use कर सकते हैं, positive and negative दोनों के लिए. ठीक है? Is it sounding correct? You can note down and then you can think of.
Yes, ma'am.
I took admission or I started my graduation. Note down, I started my graduation in commerce stream. Okay, or I got admission in graduation in commerce stream. ये इसका मतलब ही है BCom. ठीक है? I got admission in graduation commerce stream, but due to certain circumstances, I left in second year itself. I left in second year itself. See, one must try that informations are not repeated. So it is unnecessary to say that I left my BCom in second year. Already the person is saying about that particular information only. Okay, so repetition जो है वो avoid करना चाहिए. That is the point. Is it sounding correct, students? आप इसको पढ़ो, ठीक है, जो ऑलरेडी आपके सामने है, जस्ट गो थ्रू दैट, और जो मैं करेक्शन आपको सजेस्ट कर रही हूँ इसको आप नोट करके दोनों को कंपेयर करो, विच इज साउंडिंग मोर करेक्ट. यस, टेल. हेलो.
I got admission वाला correct लग रहा है.
हाँ, है ना. I got admission in graduation commerce stream, but I left due to certain circumstances. ठीक है,
Ma'am,
वो circumstances, हाँ.
मैम आई स्टार्टेड माई ग्रेजुएशन नहीं हो सकता?
ये भी हो सकता है, बट ये थोड़ा सा इनफॉर्मल है ना, ये थोड़ा सा हम ग्रामर के लेवल पे हम इसको देखें तो थोड़ा सा ये इट इज नॉट फिटिंग इनटू.
ओके मैम.
ओके, अदरवाइज इट इज करेक्ट. ठीक है, इट इज नॉट दैट मच इनकरेक्ट कि जिसको हम टोटली डिस्कार्ड कर दें. क्लियर? I started my graduation in commerce stream, but I left in second year itself due to certain circumstances. ये ठीक है, it is sounding correct. It is not that much incorrect. Clear? But we must try that more and more correctness has to be included in the expression. Clear? अब जो दूसरा है अपना हमारा information इसका है, ठीक है, वो क्या है? I have basic computer knowledge. Instead इसको हम precisely क्या कह सकते हैं? I have basic computing skills. I have basic computing skills. I think she wants to tell that she knows how to operate computer at basic level. She can do searching on Google. Okay, she can mail also. She can work something on Word file. She can work on Excel file also. These are the basic computing skills nowadays. Okay, so I think she want to tell about that she has basic computing skills. That is more formal. अब ये now I am coming to my job experience. This is totally ये sentence ही हमें इस type के sentences ही हमें avoid करने हैं. ठीक है, one has to avoid. Then further she can say, अच्छा इसको correct करिए, बताइए आप. Somebody else. I started doing the job in 2019. My first job is a BPO as a telecaller. I was experienced in banking for 4 months and 1 year experience in the Google mapping process. इसको जरा reframe करो आप.
My first job was in BPO as a telecaller in 2019.
Yes.
I have a banking experience of 4 months and
Yes.
1 year experience in the Google mapping process.
Process also. Word also
Also.
will be included, है ना?
Yes.
ठीक है. Yes. Very nice. Very nice. Great. Great correction. Okay.
Thank
Very
you.
nice. Very nice. Okay. Yes. So I think now you people are getting that how we need to work on self-introduction. Okay. Now next sentence. My goal is to reach a higher position in a reputed company. इसको correct करो जरा. इसको थोड़ा सा effectively present करो. Yes. Yes.
I want to gain a higher respective position in an organization.
Okay. So थोड़ा सा ये जो information she was telling about her first job, okay, and now she wants to tell about her future aspiration, okay, the ultimate aim of her life, okay. So there should be connectivity between two. So इसको जरा connect करके बताइए आप. Tell the correction. See, as one of the student was doing correction in this, okay, and that was absolutely correct, that I started my first job as a telecaller in a BPO in 2019. Also, I have banking experience of 4 months and 1 year experience in Google mapping process. मैंने also पहले याद कर लिया, इसलिए बाद में repeat करने की जरूरत नहीं है. ठीक है?
My goal की जगह my aim अगर use करे तो ये हो सकता है.
हाँ, ये भी हो सकता है. इसको कनेक्ट करने के लिए हमें एक वर्ड यूज करना पड़ेगा, एक कनेक्टर हमें यूज करना पड़ेगा. फर्दर, आई वॉन्ट टू रीच at a higher position. ओके अब ये इसको यहाँ पे पर्टिकुलर प्रोफेशन से भी कनेक्ट करना पड़ेगा. हायर पोजीशन इन व्हाट एरिया? बैंकिंग, गूगल मैपिंग प्रोसेस और इन टेलीकॉलिंग. ठीक है, यहाँ पे भी हायर डेजिग्नेशंस होती हैं. ठीक है, तो ये जो ऑलरेडी इसने 3 टाइप के जॉब किए हैं, इनमें से इनसे रिलेट करते हुए द पर्सन हैज टू टेल अबाउट विच ऑफ द हायर पोजीशन शी इज टॉकिंग अबाउट. ठीक है, बैंकिंग एरिया में यहाँ पे या यहाँ पे उसको कहाँ पे काम करना है, कहाँ पे उसको हायर पोस्ट पे जाना है.
कोई भी सॉफ्टवेयर या टेक्नोलॉजिकल कंपनी शायद हो
हाँ,
सकता है.
नहीं तो आप वो हो सकता है. ठीक है, लेकिन आप कनेक्ट करके जरा एक फ्रेम करो सेंटेंस यहाँ पे.
वही सोच रहा हूँ.
फर्दर, मैं आपको यहाँ पे कनेक्ट कर रही हूँ. आप फर्दर आई वॉन्ट टू रीच और आई वॉन्ट टू अचीव. फर्दर आई वॉन्ट टू अचीव और आई वॉन्ट टू रीच अ हायर पोजीशन इन बैंकिंग सेक्टर इटसेल्फ. ठीक है, इन बैंकिंग सेक्टर इटसेल्फ. अब ये रेपुटेटेड कंपनी को आप कैसे डिफाइन करोगे? अब जैसे बैंकिंग सेक्टर में इतने सारे बैंक्स हैं, ठीक है, तो सारे ही रेपुटेटेड है अनटिल अनलेस कोई किसी टाइप के जो है फ्रॉड में या उस टाइप के उसमें इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं है. ठीक है, जैसे आईसीसीआई, एसबीआई, यूको, ठीक है, पंजाब नेशनल, सारे के सारे रेपुटेटेड है, सबका रेपुटेशन है. ठीक है, तो व्हाट शी हैज टू से इज, और व्हाट शी कुड हैव सेड कि फर्दर आई वांट टू रीच और आई वांट टू अचीव अ हायर पोजीशन इन बैंकिंग सेक्टर. ठीक है, यानी जनरलाइज करना है इंफॉर्मेशन को स्पेसिफिकेशन के साथ साथ. स्पेसिफिकेशन तो क्या कर दिया? बैंकिंग. ठीक है, बजाय कि
बैंकिंग सेक्टर को छोड़ के कोई भी जैसे गूगल मैपिंग प्रोसेस का ही बोला है तो कोई भी कंपनी का दे सकते हैं.
हाँ हाँ, ठीक है, स्पेसिफिक कोई एक बहुत रिनाउंड कंपनी है, सपोज सुपरसीड करती है हर जगह. ठीक है, तो उसका नाम ले सकते हैं. बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. ठीक है, बट व्हाट माय पॉइंट इज कि यहाँ पे स्पेसिफिकेशन करना पड़ेगा इंफॉर्मेशन का. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट इज, आई थिंक स्टूडेंट्स यू हैव योर नेक्स्ट क्लास. ये इसको हम नेक्स्ट क्लास में करेंगे एंड आई विल बी शेयरिंग दिस. सो यू विल पिक दिस इंट्रोडक्शन एंड यू विल मेक, all of you will make corrections and send your answers to me. ठीक है, ये क्लासरूम में आपके पास आ जाएगा असाइनमेंट, आज या कल आ जाएगा. ठीक है, तो आप एक बार चेक कर लेना इसको.
ओके, थैंक यू मैम.
ओके, थैंक यू all of you and have a good day.
Thank you.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. And students, I expect your more and more participation. So please try to be active in the class, at least in this practical class.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Set-top box में देखेगा.